Alright guys, my name is Manny. I'm here to argue that the SAT, we should actually keep it intact. I believe that if the test was actually optional, then we would be rewarding lazy students, and I don't think that would be that effective. We're actually teaching them a lesson that it's okay not to do certain things just because they were feeling lazy. And actually, I have a quote here that from a column from Giuliani's Corner. He states, "This is what a meritocracy should be built on, the notion that the determination of the students who want to go to college will drive them to do what they need to do to succeed. We should not reward laziness and complacency by allowing someone not to take the test." Also, I believe that with the SAT intact, we can actually help with class placement. If we take away the SAT, how are kids going to be getting placed into classes the next year when in the first year in college? Which kids are going to be the ones that are in the remedial classes? They're going to just be based on their GPA, because without the SAT, you don't see a lot of aspects that certain colleges see when they're placing these kids in their respective classes. Actually, without the SAT, I don't even think they should there even be remedial classes, because they wouldn't know what kids should be in what class. Also, I believe that the SAT kind of relates to like lawyers and stuff like that, because these respective fields, they're highly respected fields actually, they use standardized testing to place them certain, to see if they're at a certain proficiency to excel in their career. So I think this also relates to our education system with standardized testing. Another thing is that the SAT balances out the GPA of the students. It makes up for a low GPA, and if you currently have a low GPA, scoring well on the SAT can help you out in your college admission. By studying hard, a C- student can earn a near perfect grade on the SAT. Conversely, if an A student does not prepare well, he can get a bad score on the SAT. Another aspect that I wanted to talk about was that the SAT can lead to scholarships. Yeah, so that's pretty much self-explanatory. Without the SAT, how would the colleges know which kids to give the scholarships? The kids just with the high GPAs? That doesn't seem right. If there's some kids that probably test better than others, or some kids that don't test as good, and you need to find a way, just like the remedial classes, to fit each kid in their own category. And this involves scholarships that some kids may really need. It also neutralizes grade inflation across the country. As you guys may know, a lot of schools have different grading systems and different grading scales. A kid in Kansas with a 4.6, might not be the same as a kid in a different high school with a harder class, and so that you can't really compare each two. So the SAT is also there to help neutralize the grade inflation. I have a couple more points. The SAT is more efficient than just high school GPA alone as well, because the most recent validity study utilizing data from more than 150,000 students at more than 100 colleges and universities demonstrates that the combined use of SAT and high school GPA is a better predictor of college success than high school GPA alone. Also, the SAT has a proven track record. Another aspect I want to talk about is that inequities aren't limited to SAT scores. Such inequities are not limited to SAT scores. For instance, the percentages of students reporting an A GPA or completing core high school work increases with family income, and it's well documented that high school and colleges graduation rates vary by socioeconomic factors, including both family income and parental education. By focusing the conversation, indeed scapegoating standardized testing critics distract from the broader conversation about what needs to be done to ensure every student has access quality schools, teachers, and curriculum. That's according to Catherine Drury from CNN. Another point I have to make is that a lot of kids kids and teachers they probably complain about the vocabulary words that are used in the SAT. A lot of people say that they're not useful and things along those lines. Well, actually, this vocabulary work is getting done with the improvement of the new SAT that's going to be coming out soon. So that shouldn't be a problem. It says starting in spring 2016, the college admission test taken this year by nearly 1.7 million students will focus on what the SAT officials call relevant words, such as like synthesis and empirical. Another aspect I have is that some test optional schools are actually critical of the test because some students can afford prep courses. But research shows that the expensive coaching has little impact on scores. For example, a 2009 report from the National Association for College Admission Counseling indicated that the prep courses improve SAT scores by an average of just 10 to 20 points. And currently that's out of the 2,400 points. Change of 5 to 10 points isn't really a significant deal. And research shows that these small increases in scores can be achieved just by taking the test a second time. Those are just some of the few aspects I have, but that's it for now.